bridge between your body and mind. It also connects your conscious mind with your subconscious mind. Your breath is different when you're excited. Your breath is fast when you're angry. And your breath is different when you have a specific breath when you're in love. So breath changes with your emotions. But once you know how to control your breath, you can control your emotions, your stress, and as a result, your pain. Hi, I'm Dipti Patel. I am a chronic pain holistic coach known as Smart Functional Fitness in the online world. Today, I'm going to share 5 breathing tips that can help you to strengthen your respiratory muscles, breathing exercise, and pranayama practice successful. And this practice will help you to relieve the chronic pain, stress, and anxiety. And if you're suffering from asthma, COPD, or any other chronic respiratory illnesses, this will be very beneficial if you follow these tips step by step. One more thing, usually you don't have an access to one part of central nervous system that's called parasympathetic nervous system. This nervous system helps you to rest, repair, digest, and boost your immunity. We usually live in a sympathetic nervous system, which is a flight and fight. But through the breathing practices and pranayama practices, you can access your parasympathetic nervous system more often. And this will bring you healing. Breathing tip number 1. Always breathe through your nose. Yes, always breathe through your nose. Why? Because this is more efficient and it is also your first line of defense. We have a little tiny hair follicles in our nostrils. So when you breathe, it traps all the dust, dirt, and germs before it enters in your lungs. So it stops them even from entering there. Another thing, within this, right behind your face, in the sinuses, have a mazes of tissues. So when you breathe, when you breathe through the nose, you have immune fighting antibodies right here behind the nose. It also, when you breathe through the nose, through these mazes of the tissues, air gets warm and humidified. So when it enters into the lungs, the air gets absorbed better even compared to when it is dry and cold if you breathe through your mouth. So that's a difference. Always, always breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your nose. Breathing tip number 2. Do a belly breathing. What is belly breathing? It's breathing low through your abdomen. We have a big breathing muscles called diaphragm, and it is a dome shaped right on the bottom of the lungs. So when you inhale, the diaphragm pushes down and it protrudes the belly out. When that happens, it creates a vacuum for the lungs. So you can suck all the air to the lower lobes of the lungs. And when you exhale, the diaphragm moves up and it pushes the lungs up so you can exhale the breath out. So this is more efficient, requires less energy, and you can use the entire lungs for breathing. Quite a few of us do a chest breathing. So the breathing air just move into the upper and the middle lobe of the lungs. It doesn't have a chance to go through the lower lobe of the lungs. Not only that, the belly breathing helps to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Remember, that helps to rest, relax, repair, digest, and boost your immunity system. So always, whenever you remember, do a belly breathing. Practice this regularly till it becomes your natural way of breathing. Breathing tip number 3. Always breathe slow and steady. We usually breathe 12 to 15 breaths per minute, That means it takes about 2 to 3 seconds of inhalation and 2 to 3 seconds of exhalations. Try to slow it down. See if you can inhale for 5 to 7 seconds and exhale for 5 to 7 seconds. Also, don't really hurry and get your next breath in. It's okay to pause between each inhalation and each exhalation. Wait till the breath comes in naturally rather than sucking up the air after each exhalation. This will give you more oxygen because it allows the time for the lungs to absorb the oxygen and get rid of the carbon dioxide if you slow down your breath. On top of that, this has a very calming effect in your nervous system. This is meditative. You're going to be very, very well aware of your breath if you slow down and if you really see how the breath feels. And each inhalation, that's a meditation practices. They really want you to connect with your breath. So really practice not only during pranayama practices, but really see and be aware of your inhalations and exhalations. This is very well efficient, less energy requirement, and has a great healing effect on the body. Breathing tip number 4. Keep your inhalation and exhalations durations same. Many times I have heard that people want to instruct that keep your exhalations longer than your inhalation. But here is the thing, your body needs an equal amount of oxygen and you also want to get rid of carbon dioxide in the equal amount. That keeps the balance. So they both have equal importance. So I would, if you inhale for 5 seconds, I would exhale for 5 seconds unless and until it is instructed by your yoga teacher or any medical professionals or a specific breathing exercise or a pranayama practices. Breathing tip number 5. Practice breathing exercises consistently every day. Here is the thing, a human body needs food, water, and breath to survive, right? You can live without a water for several hours. You can live without a food for a few days, but you cannot live without a breath more than a few minutes. So why not give more attention and importance in our life? Practice this breathing exercises consistently for only 3 to 5 minutes every day, or more often if you have time. I have made several series of pranayama and different breathing exercises videos. Follow them along and just pick one and consistently practice different exercise. Different exercises will have a different effect in the body and has a different strengthening. It also strengthens the muscles differently. So I encourage you to have a variety and keep changing your breathing exercises every now and then. If you like, you can combine 2 together for that particular day practices. But the key is practice them consistently and regularly to see the results in the long term.